Hey guys, welcome back to 10-Minute English with May. And today we're going to talk about one of the noun clauses that we discussed last time, which is our that clause. So remember one thing, a noun clause is like a noun, like a pronoun, like a gerund phrase or an infinitive phrase. It often functions as the subject or object of the sentence. And it is called that clause simply because it starts with the word that. So let's look at its first function. When the that clause appears at the beginning of a sentence, it is the subject. And it might sound a little bit awkward, so we might rephrase a little bit. But let's take a look. That Earth is getting warmer is certain. So you can see the entire noun clause, that Earth is getting warmer, that is the subject, is our verb. So oftentimes we would rewrite it as it because that would sound more natural. It is certain that Earth is getting warmer, right? And it becomes our subject. Same thing, that her father was a philanthropist, was well known, and you can see the whole noun clause is subject, was known is our verb, right? And we can change it to passive voice. It was well known that her dad was a philanthropist. So a philanthropist is someone who does charities. Okay, and that is that clause as subject. What about when it comes after the verb? In which case, it will be either direct object when it comes after transitive verb, right? Like eat, do, finish, kill, beat, so on and so forth. Or it could be a predicate noun if it follows a linking verb, like our be verbs. So in the first example, she wishes. So wishes is a transitive verb. And that means our that clause that she could remember all of her grandma's recipes. That is our direct object. Okay, and in the second example, the reason is, so is our be verb, linking verb. So that you didn't study is our predicate noun. It's the same sentence structure as I am a teacher, you are a student. Subject, linking verb, followed by predicate noun. All right, and we have established last time that a noun clause, because it is a noun, it can function as a positive, because a positive is a noun or noun phrase that modifies another noun. So it's actually an adjective function despite being a noun. Okay, so that clause functioning as a positive often follows words like idea, theory, thought, claim, assertion, statement, belief, notion, opinion, so on and so forth. So like in our example sentence, the statement that all men are equal, this is a positive talking about statement, is written in the Constitution. And if you remember, we did talk about the difference between a positive that clause and our adjective that clause, right? So I'll give you an example. The car that is parked outside is mine. So in this case, the that clause after the noun is actually adjective. It is not noun clause. Why is that? Because in this case, our relative pronoun, is actually functioning as the subject. So in an adjective clause, our relative pronoun that has to be either the subject or object of the dependent clause. All right. And our last placement of our that clause comes after certain emotion adjectives like happy, glad, proud, pleased, sad, so on and so forth. The class was surprised, so surprised is our adjective, that the instructor canceled the final exam. Or I am happy that Tiger did so well on his test, right? So happy is an emotion adjective followed by a that clause. So before we finish today's class, let's talk about the punctuation rules. Never ever use a comma to separate a noun clause from the main clause. Okay, so you can see here, I am sure that the address is correct, right? And of course, the fundamental rule is that we also never use any punctuation between subject verb or verb object unless there is non-essential information. So for example, that the earth is round or elliptical is a fact. So in this case, our that clause is our subject. So don't put punctuation between subject verb. Or Bob said that he cried, right? In this case, that he cried is the object. So don't put punctuation between verb and your object. Okay, so a good rule to remember for SAT is that whenever you see that and there is punctuation before or after, that should raise a red flag for you, right? Because that clause as adjective clause is essential, which doesn't come with commas, and that clause as noun clause is usually subject or object, which doesn't come with comma either. Okay, and that is it for today's class. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.